Okay, I don't even know what today is. I think it's like the 15th or 16th. I don't know, June, middle of June, doing another tour. So our sunflowers are getting tall. That whole row is getting pretty tall. We'll see how tall they are. So my elbow, yeah, up to my elbow. Some of them are getting on up there. Our lettuce, I thought it was done and bolting, so I harvested a ton of it, but it looks like I actually could get another crop as long as it doesn't taste really bad. I think we might be able to get a couple more cuttings out of this. What is that? That's an interesting one right here. I don't know, I think that is bolted, whatever that is. This New Zealand spinach still is really great. Carrots, we have been, I think I'm just gonna pick them all because they're still tiny, but some of them are starting to get woody now, so I don't think they're gonna get to full maturity. Those are Scarlet Nantes or something like that, Little Fingers, and Danvers Half Long. Here's our asparagus, which every time one of the kittens get in the garden, this is where they run and knock them over, so that's not super great. All of my onions are falling, like bending over, and I think that means I'm supposed to pull them, so I'll have to do that really soon. I'm going out of town today. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go through and pull. Wow, that's an actual good looking onion there. Look at that. Maybe I'll have some onions after all. These were red onions down here. I don't think they're getting nearly as big. Let's see, what else? Marigolds are getting big. Had to put some stuff on my garden yesterday. We had a few bug problems yesterday, which we will get to, so got some Sevin Dust on there. Still holding out to get some Brussels sprouts. They're starting to get a little bit of bug damage, but I don't know if we'll get Brussels sprouts or not, but we'll at least try. This was all the broccoli. I'm letting this one, just obviously I can't eat it, but I just thought it'd be interesting to let it go and see what it does whenever they do, like, I guess, go to seed. I'm just interested. Here is the calendula flowers right here, or calendula, I don't know how you say it. Green beans, which I'm harvesting every single day. And then we have a couple of jalapenos, which don't have anything on them yet. We got some blooms, but don't have peppers yet. A lot of these have yellow leaves. I wonder what that means. I don't know. But yeah, got a good crop of green beans right now. There is down in here one little nasturtium. It's fighting for some sunlight. Got some forget-me-nots, some zinnias. Now, I did discover yesterday that I had some pretty bad aphid infestations, and don't know if that's from that. But we found another big problem in the garden too, so I was tending to that, and it was over the weekend, so I wasn't out here for a couple of days, so it had gotten pretty bad, and Brett had mixed up some stuff to spray on them, which I don't really do, but it was pretty bad, so I was like, yeah, go ahead, spray it. And it was not sprayed correctly by accident, so There's a lot of leaf curling today. It was a little too strong of a dose, but he came back out here and then rinsed everything in water. So one way or another, we're going to get rid of these aphids. Whether we're drowning them or with the pesticides, but I need to tie all these up. I got a lot to do. I see so many suckers on these things. Look at that. I don't ever let them get that big. Oops, didn't mean to pull it off like that. Okay, so got a lot of tomatoes down here just ready to go red. Hopefully all the plants will be okay and not be burnt by that experience. And then we'll start being able to... This one's always my sad one. I even have the leaves sent off to the extension office, but luckily it's stopped down here and it hasn't really went up. This is my tall tomato that just keeps on going. Hopefully whatever the problem is has stopped, because it's been like this at the bottom almost as long as it's been around, and I just keep trimming. But I'm afraid some of these I keep trimming the bottoms, and I'm afraid I'm gonna get some sun scorch on these bottom tomatoes. This is my weird Sweet 100 that did something really strange. It's a weird thing. Here's I think it's like called Fire Torch or something, sunflower. Sorry, excuse me, I'm sneezing. Zinnias, which are about to bust open, all of them. I'm sure I need to thin these a lot, but I haven't. Here's my forget-me-nots again. Yeah, you can see how tall that one is compared to everything else. It's the one that's had the damage, but it's also been the one that shot up the fastest. Wow, look at how many suckers have developed off of this one. Look at that, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that's out of control right there. That needs some serious tending to. These are the little currant tomatoes. Little bitty things. I also have some blueberry ones. See them under there with their blue color? I'm excited to start eating some cherries. Yeah, I'm thinking some of these are not going to be very happy after that spray, but we'll see what happens. It's not like I don't have a bunch. So, if we lose a few tomatoes in this process, we just lose a few tomatoes. Same thing over here. Oof, this one is not looking like a happy tomato. What is going on with this one? This one's all going yellow with all these little black spots. I'm sure that means something horrific, but I don't know what that means. These are also those currant tomatoes. These are bigger over here. Well, that's fantastic. Have to figure out what that is. Man, my tomatoes need some attention today. And I'm not going to be able to give it to them. Whoa, look at these blueberry. Look at those. That's lovely. Can't wait to eat that. Okay, let's go check on, well, here's some bachelor buttons, my poor banana tree. More marigolds. I have some zinnias over here that are blooming, which is nice. This is all my melons, which I, since the last video, heavily pruned everything. I didn't heavily prune the melons, I lightly pruned them so that they could trellis up. I don't think we really have, we've got blooms, but we don't have melons yet. Now, I might have accidentally stunted some of my cucumbers over here, because I did heavily prune them. I found out you have to prune them. I didn't know that. Wow, need to pick that fella today. That one's awfully big for how we've been picking them. Let's see, we got quite a few. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, quite a few of those. Dragon egg, quite a few silver slicers. Wow, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 silver slicers that I can see. Wow, a couple more melons. We'll go look. Some real tall marigolds again. This is a lemon, and I haven't gotten anything off it yet. These are cucamelons, which, as you can see, are actually little bitty melons. This is a straight 8 that I don't think has produced a thing yet. Another salt and pepper, a burpless silver slicer, another cucamelon, silver slicer, another burpless. You can also see my first lemon cucumber. Okay, we got peppers, peppers, peppers. Oh no, my tomatillo fell over. I have to stake him. But we do have a little bit of development in the peppers now. We've got some bell peppers. That's about it. Everything is staying the same over here. These are my lupin, which just don't seem to do much. More marigolds, zinnias. I had my first bloom on my eggplant. None of these got sprayed because my husband didn't realize these were over here. So these won't die. They're like the only ones that I know will be there. I have a couple of other tomatoes hiding out in the radishes. Man, I need to harvest today. Let's see. Now this is where the sad story starts. First of all, this one was covered in squash bugs and squash eggs. Not great news, but I picked everything off. I think we're good. But you notice quite a few bald spots. That's because I came out yesterday to find vine borers. Vine borers had killed off several of my, I think I lost 10 squash plants yesterday, which is very devastating. I did some surgery on some of these back here, and I think this one, hoping that I got the bug out in time, and we can only pray. That's all I can say. Now we'll go to the other garden. There's something else I was going to mention this week. So that is the garden we just looked at. And then my other garden, the big one, is back there. I don't know how, makes no sense, but here by our house, Brett and I were digging out this bed, like ripping everything out of it, just to find that there was a cucamelon here that had ran through the entire bed, was woven all the way through. It originated over here, so I was gonna see if I could leave some of it, but this thing is so loaded. We picked like dozens of them off of here, but I mean, it is loaded in melons, way more than the one that I actually planted on purpose. I also, for the life of me, cannot figure out, I mean, look at that. They're just everywhere. I cannot for the life of me figure out how this got over here. I don't come over here when I'm gardening anything. I started all the seeds in my living room. I don't walk around out here with seeds. This makes no sense. I've tried so hard to figure this out, but it's taken over all that. I'm afraid it's gonna have to come out. A lot of it died when we started pulling out everything else and chopping it up, but so that's an interesting little thing that happened. I guess I will explain. Over here we're going to be planting dahlias and hollyhocks on this side of our house. Now this is just a weedy mess over here, but these are all going to be hydrangeas. And then on this side of the house back here, along the side, we're going to do peonies. So just some of my favorite flowers. I guess I'll just not pause it and we'll walk out to the garden now. There went a bunny. We've got a little family of bunnies around here. We almost always scare out one or two when we're walking to the garden. This is our big, we call it the hut. Goodness, I can hear we scared out a lot of critters. We've got tons of squirrels over our head. There goes Bunny Rabbit, still trying to get away from us. Let's just hope we don't find a snake today. Had two yesterday. I think we're at 12 now. Okay. Okay. Take a look at the noodle beans. Now they're starting to trellis up, which is nice. The red ones are a little behind. This looks like a mess right now, but it's our weed control. We're gonna put a ton of cardboard down through the back here because we can't really do anything to get rid of it, and then we'll cover that in hay like we did this. That's how all this is done. Okay, so these are the red noodle beans, which are starting to trellis now too, thankfully. They were a little behind. Need to go through and wrap everybody up. Yeah, these fellas all need to get put over here. But I'll have to do that at another time. Okay. Noodle beans. Still red noodle beans. Now for all my pickling cucumbers, which I don't know if I am going to prune these like I did the others. I don't know. I'm still on the fence. I don't really know what I'm doing, in case you don't know. Whoever this is that's listening. It's supposed to be just for me. But in case anybody does see it, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm thinking about not pruning these and seeing how it goes out here. And then these are all the other sad tomatoes that got sprayed. I ended up just throwing it away. Ooh, that's not looking good. Yeah, that one does not look like a happy camper at all. What is that one? All my markers have disappeared. I don't know what that is. Yikes a doodle. Okay, we'll stick with this side. Blueberries are looking fine, except we don't get to eat them. Everything else out here likes to eat our blueberries and our blackberries. Look like there's one little nibble right there. It's not even like a full berry, but that's the closest thing I have found. In fact, I'm going to pick it now because it won't be there when I come back. That's sad. First blueberry. I think my lens is dirty. Yep, it's not focusing. I mean, not blueberry, blackberry. A lot of curled leaves out here. Don't know what that means. I also don't know if that's a ground cherry that actually made it or if that's a weed. But I planted a ton of ground cherries and that's the only one, if it is a ground cherry, that survived. This is Roselle, which, would you look at that? My last Roselle, and it has been picked to smithereens by something. Look at that. How many pieces that's in. That was my last one. All the others have been killed off as well. So I guess we're not having Roselle this year. These are my purple potted pole beans. They don't look like they're the happiest of beans out here. We had a lot of fire ants in this row down here, and so I don't think that they're just too happy with life. These are the rattlesnake, which look way happier. We'll see what happens here. Sad little plants. Sad, sad, sad. Everything is completely curled. Look at this poor thing. Yikes. Yikes, yikes. I just hope everything pulls through. Come on, little plants. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, that's just... Not good news. Yeah, we'll be praying a lot for these. Oh, fire ants. I'll be praying a lot for these tomatoes. That one looks like it was unaffected, which I'm pretty sure both of those are currant, which means it will not make a lot. They'll be tasty, but they'll be crazy tiny. That is poop from a bird that shows it's been eating my blackberries. Come on, little plants, come on. You guys can do it. That one looks okay. Well, even if we lost a few, I had 130 tomato plants, so if that did end up happening, ugh, that one. I don't know if that had anything to do with the spray yesterday or not. That does not look great. I don't know what that is, but I'll have to look that up today. That one has it too. Oh my goodness, my hand's covered in this blackberry. Guess I'll just eat it. Pretty sure that was 99% seeds. Okay, well, that is the news for the disaster. Well, we still have more disaster to look at in just a minute. Okay, all of my Great Northern look great. Honestly, don't even know what to do with dry beans, like how I'm supposed to handle them. This is still Great Northern, I think so. This is Contender green beans, a few purple TP, kidney beans, got blooms on them, black beans, which looks like they might start having blooms soon. I think that's what I'm seeing. Hope none of that spray got over here because they won't care for that. I can't see my markers anymore and everything's kind of blown off. There it is. This is top crop green beans. And then the rest of this wonderful jungly forest is navy beans. So looks like we will be getting some navy beans for sure. And that is cucumber beetle that I will be killing. Okay. These look happy now too. They went through a little rough spell there. Again, I think it was from spray. So I'm really wanting to move out of the spray, but also don't like losing all my plants. So, because you can see, I've got a lot of bug damage on them, but every time I spray, it like stunts everything. And these are the, oh, these look good. Look at my purple hole. Looks like a different variety or something from here over, but it's not. I do know there's a massive fire ant pile right there. We have a little bit of chamomile and some zinnias. I've planted a lot of other stuff in here, flowers, but I don't know. It stopped raining and I'm not just the best at watering, especially for new plants. Got some dill, zinnia, and a zipper cream bean, couple other ones. These are some sad Texas pink eye purple hole peas. They're just sad. Then this is more green beans, which it looks like it's going to time out. That as soon as these start making, or my others might be done, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get some green beans this year. I've done 4 quarts. Look at that beauty. Focus, focus, no focus. I guess not. I don't know what is going on with the focus. Maybe I hit something. Okay, then we have Tongue of Fire, which I'm excited to see because they'll be pink. And then we have Dragon Tongue, which I'm also excited. There's another one of those lovely. You can't see it though because it's not going to focus. Tongue of Fire, or this is Dragon Tongue, which is getting a lot of bug damage, but don't know what to do about that. Because that one's going to be pretty too. I've got some rain gauges that I put out too that I'm excited to try. Now for the rest of the bad news. We got, what's it called? Vine borers out here too. Tried to cut them all out. Luckily nothing has just fallen over dead yet, but I'm not going to be surprised if that does happen. Yeah. It's not been yesterday was not the most successful gardening day I had. A lot of problems. So, right now, we've lost one. It was one of the pumpkins. I can't remember if it was the green pumpkin or the orange, but we lost one and I replanted there. I think I planted a birdhouse gourd actually. And then I've planted over there a couple more birdhouse gourds, spaghetti squash, and I think the New England pie pumpkin or something. I can't remember. I don't know if you can see out there, but our little rabbit friend is trying to come back. It's right on the other side. Where's my finger? Whoa, whoa. Now we're gonna focus. It's right there. Just watching us. Okay. Everything else looks okay over here. Oh, wait, you know what? Somewhere in all of this, there's a... I'm pretty sure I planted... What is it? Moon and Stars. That's what's right here. A watermelon. Moon and Stars watermelon. And then I've got birdhouse gourds there. Right there's spaghetti squash. There's that other pumpkin. Now we're getting over to my yellow squash that was affected. So I think I did surgery on this one maybe. Still alive today, but again, lots of prayer. This is one of my patty pans, which I'd love to try. Ooh, looky there, looky there. We got ourselves 1, 2. There's another 3 patty pans. That's exciting. I do know I definitely got one out of that, so hopefully it doesn't die before I could try a patty pan for the first time. This is a crooked neck, which I have concluded I like straight neck versus crooked neck. So if these, I know these 4 all had those bugs, so I cut them out, put 7 dust around, covered up the root, the exposed parts. That's all I can do, and pray. Here are my okra, which I know I still need to thin, but I've just not had the best luck with some of my plants, so I want them all to come up, and then I will pick the strongest of the group. So this is the, what is it called? Jing Orange, I think. And then Louisiana Velvet, and then all that's Clemson Spineless. Here's my corn. I know there's 2 there, but it's because things were dying again, as I said. So my corn's getting bigger. Some of them look nice and happy and healthy. I also don't know what makes them go like side to side and front to back, because I thought they would all straighten out, but I guess not. These are the G90 sweet corn. What are these? I think it's called like improved. Hey, look, bunny. My little bunny friend. And then this is peaches and cream. And next weekend I'll plant that one in either candy. I don't know. I even have some popcorn, so maybe that. Here's my sad potatoes. They look better on this end. I don't know if it was aphids that was doing the killing or if it was the fire ants, but I know that we had a lot of fire ants